You're like, what did I do? That cow wasn't bothering nobody. This is when I knew the movie lost its goddamn mind. They just threw a cow in the middle of the sea and threw his ass into a building. Hey, wait a minute, I ain't no shit. Hey! You know, Martin, Billy, because you know this thing was a huge success, but before the Dark Universe, there was Van Helsing. He brought all the creatures together in his own universe.
He did.
And
his own little mad monster party.
His own little mad monster party. Before the Dark Universe is bringing all the Frankensteins and the Draculas together and all that stuff, your boy Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, he was the Dark Universe before it was the Dark Universe. And it worked out just as good.
This is where I come in.
You know, sorry if you couldn't hear that. That's the trailer. The trailer is just low. But you know who needs to listen to that when you got all those good special effects in there and all that CG up in there. Now, I'm gonna start this out by saying, I know Martin said that he was enjoying this. And I know sometimes when you enjoy something, you know I don't, or we have different opinions, you get a little quiet. And I just want to let you, I ain't gonna come after you now. That's not it. I will let you know that I do think that this is bad in its own delightful way. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I probably understand what they were trying to do more than most people out there. Now, did it work all the time? For some, like perhaps yourself, but did it work all the time for the majority of people out there? Not really. Or at least it didn't for me. I saw that too. But I do appreciate the effort, and there's a lot of stuff that I do understand that they were doing. And I actually did like some parts of this.
Sure.
You know, I think that, hey, if nothing else, you can't say that old Van Helsing wasn't ambitious. It damn sure worked better than that Dark Universe. Mm-hmm. People are like, well, you only got one movie. I mean, come on.
That one movie killed 18 franchises. It let them get off the ground.
Shit, Harvey everybody else, man, I was about to get my Frankenstein check. You had to call up Tom Cruise.
That one movie, everybody's schedule just changed. It was like, yo, you free the next 6 months? Johnny Depp was like, God damn it, I needed that.
He's like, you had all these planes ready to take off, and that first one crashed and blew up the runway.
Sure did.
Everybody was like, well, I guess we ain't going nowhere.
Van Helsing is, as we all know, he's a vampire hunter, but here he's a complete monster hunter. You know, if you got a creature in your hood or something, he's like the exterminator. He's the man to call. You know, Dracula talking about, man, I ain't trying to mess with nobody, man. I'm just trying to eat a couple of people, feed my broads over here. You know, my stable. Yeah, my stable over here. You know, and we're good.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
Yeah, shit is. He really was pimping them hoes out regularly. But everybody know Dracula he's not to be trusted. He ain't never about just trying to live. So we know that he has big plans in store to destroy Transylvania if he gets the chance. But for this movie right here, man, one of the things that was cool, because the Dark Universe was taking itself extremely seriously. That's one of the first problems. He's trying to be the Marvel of monster movies.
I know, which no one asked for.
No one asked you a goddamn thing, all right? When everybody trying to get a universe together.
Yeah.
It started out in a way that lets you know, man, we're here to have not just fun, we're here to have nice, campy fun. Mm. And unlike that other universe over there, this movie right here knew how to pay the proper amount and the right amount of homage to the Universal properties out there. Y'all know this famous line right here.
It's alive. It's alive. It's alive!
You like, huh?
Wait, I nailed that. Come on,
Wait, again? One more time? Shit. Now I ain't gonna lie, I was a little thrown off by Dracula when he showed up.
Success!
Fuck,
Don't do that! It's just you.
I'm looking at him, but it's funny because I had to laugh because he got them. he was very, very modern because he got his ass looking like a Jersey bro. Right here, You know, he looks like Vincent Vega from Pulp Fiction.
He does.
He's just like Adamant.
I pity your moment of triumph is being spoiled over a little thing like grave robbery.
Boy, he looked just like John Travolta in Pulp Fiction right there. Got that ponytail and them earrings. I was like, I had to say, like, I appreciate what they're doing, but I was like, come on, slow your ass down now. We don't need to make him that modern. Looking like he in the club and shit back in the 90s.
Well, I completely agree with you because watching this, I was like, that's so cool. I forgot about this movie. And it was like, it's cool. They started black and white. They really got the whole Frankenstein essence down here.
Yeah.
And man, if they keep going with this and he shows up like that, I was like,
oh,
man, you could have been a bit more Bela Lugosi.
Yeah. When they modernized his ass, they made sure that he stayed that way. Because I like this because Dracula's immortal.
Yeah.
So that means he's stuck in the 90s with his look. Right now. Because when he came out there, that fireplace, and not only did like the suit and the cape came back, but the ponytail came back, the earrings came back, and that little sexy piece of hair came back over there. And like it came back right the same way.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he's a keyboard player in a new wave band.
This dude, just a little bit too modern for me, but I can get it. Might have gone a little overboard with your boy Igor. Because he, I'm not saying I didn't like Igor, but
yeah, he's overboard. Yeah,
I'm looking at Igor and he look like he just covered in plaster on his face right there. Face like paper mache.
Igor looks so bad though. Yeah. Like, look, I don't need an assistant, man. You are horrifying.
This Igor is subservient to whoever pays him. He says,
"Sure,
he ain't shit." I do like this.
He ain't.
I do like that. This Igor right here from the beginning, they let you know he's a complete sellout.
Igor! Help me! You have been so kind to me, Doctor. Caring, thoughtful, but he pays me.
Pays you? You don't go nowhere.
Right.
Where you spending the money? Online?
You don't know Igor's life when he's not in the lab.
Oh, well, he might be paying for hoes.
Exactly.
He ain't get him on his own.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got an opium addiction.
Yeah. No, he buying hoes. He need ass. But I tell you, I do maybe Dracula looks a little too modern, but I do like at the beginning because a lot of times what they try to do is these movies with Dracula. They want you to be seduced by Dracula.
Sure.
They don't want you to know that he's a monster in the beginning.
Ever since Frank Langella, they've been trying to make Dracula sexy.
Oh yeah, no, even with your boy, what's his name? Bela Lugosi. Yeah, he was kind of smooth. He came with that cape. Good evening. Where you think that line came from? Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Black lipstick.
Yeah, black ass lips. Yeah. Well, they always try to make Dracula seductive and they try to make him sexy. They try to make him charismatic. They didn't waste no time showing you that Dracula's an asshole. They showed you ahead of time. Yeah, he's a monster.
God damn.
He was like,
I know you gonna do him like that.
I am so glad I took that deal.
Yeah. Shit, he goes like, maybe I should put in my resignation right now. He ain't gonna do me like that.
But also, he was like, man, just kill him, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know you gonna do it like no.
Yeah. Shit, he go like, I don't want that dental plan right there. No.
Look at Frankenstein.
God damn.
Yeah. You know what I like? I like that. This is funny still to me because Victor Frankenstein, he saw them teeth, he was like, yeah. He was trying to be smooth the whole time. What are you doing here, Dracula? No, come on, let's be reasonable. And he saw them teeth. Jesus.
Just make it clear.
What happened to the little pinpricks?
They made the Frankenstein monster. I like that they made him more sympathetic. You ain't shit. But Yeah.
Damn.
Father, you a bitch. Wake up. Yeah, I like that they made him, and I'm gonna talk about the Frankenstein monster much later in the discussion, unless it gets brought up earlier for some reason. But I like that they made him more sympathetic right at the beginning. Yeah, man. Now that was kind of crazy because he shows up later. I was like, I don't know, even Frankenstein can't handle that shit. But all right, whatever. Because I thought the beginning of this was actually really cool in all kind of ways. Like that started out in black and white, and then I like that it went to when we finally get to for Van Helsing, modern times, or a couple of years later or something, whatever it is. I really like the intro of Van Helsing because they're putting in that. And I thought in creative ways they were really doing well at putting in all the universal monsters.
Yeah,
I like. They're trying to put in as many as they can. But, I like that, and I'm going to be talking about the CG in this, but I do like the way they use CG to have a unique take on them also, man.
Agreed.
Yeah, no, I thought the designs were cool that they have here. How they made Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I love how they made Mr. Hyde look like old gorilla man.
Right, yeah.
Personally, I'd rather just kill you and call it a day. Let's make it your decision, shall we?
Do let's.
You should have saw that. Oh, shit, you should have saw that shit coming, man. Come on now. Oh. You should have saw that. You should have saw that shit coming by. And I have to say, and it's not a lot, but there's some good sucker punches in here, man. Boy, these people are they're stupid if they can't see how these. Well, no, I can't say that because these are vampires. They just pop up on your ass and then knock the shit out of you. Hello.
Oh yeah.
I should stop playing on my phone.
Yeah. Damn.
There ain't no way she could see that one coming.
No, I got to give her that one right there.
As soon as she turned around, she caught her ass.
Bitch. Yeah. I mean, it was one of them big comic book punches too. I remember some complaints about the movie where they were saying, "Oh, this ain't scary enough." Yeah. And I was like, "It's not really supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be more adventurous."
Yeah, because I remember back in the day not liking that it was so campy or silly. But now rewatching it, I was like, well, they clearly set that up by the time you get here. Yeah, and it's like those Mummy movies, the same director.
Yeah, and I'm not even saying that you have to like it. I'm just saying, because if you don't like the campiness of it and the silliness of it, I completely understand that.
I get it.
But they did set it up to be very silly in the beginning.
Paris!
Mr. Hyde's ass hanging all out. I mean, got that ass crack showing. So, I mean, from the beginning, look, we ain't taking nothing seriously here. And that's because it's in addition to being campy, it's supposed to be more adventurous, as I said. And that's because they're trying to make they're trying to make Van Helsing another Batman. Get your ass up. Got that grappling hook right there. Ooh, shit. Got his ass doing the Watusi up there. Right down to, you know how Batman is. Batman goes through moments where the whole city loves him, and then Batman one time.
Right.
He'll give somebody a parking ticket or something, and then the whole city of Gotham will hate him. Yeah. And
he ain't never gave nobody a parking ticket. He busted out some teeth.
Man, you monster.
What the hell is this?
See a boot on my car? A bat boot on his car.
Vigilante! You're not sanctioned to do this.
I thought you were supposed to kick my ass. I'm not paying this shit.
Get the hell out of here. Got a receipt with a bat signal on it.
Yeah.
A bat symbol. Yeah, but they're right down to making him that vigilante where when he stops a certain criminal, there's other people. Some people are grateful. Others are like, he's out of control, and God forbid he kills somebody. That's the thing between Van Helsing and Batman. Van Helsing said, "I'll kill somebody," and Batman is like, "See, that's the reason why I don't."
And Helsing! You mother!
Yeah, and good day to you two assholes. Yeah, whatever.
But I like when Mr. Hyde's falling wrong, then also he turns back into Dr. Jekyll. He's like, oh shit!
No, yeah, when he's falling
exactly. He turns back,
I'm the good one. Hey. Yeah, and that's funny too because that dude sitting up here calling him, murderer, monster, and he's like, again, you just see that big ass gorilla man that I took down for y'all?
Yeah.
Even he's like, damn. Yeah, he pulled a reverse Hulk.
Exactly. If he had just stayed in that form, he might have survived it.
Yeah.
And also all them wanted posters. You know who that was.
Yeah.
They come out, you murderer.
He got to be James Bond too, because after he's done with his grappling hook, he goes right to the Vatican, which is actually not the Vatican. It's pretty much MI6.
MI6, where he talks to M and Q.
Yeah, they
goes
got
to Q and gets his new gadgets.
Yeah, we're down right down to their very own Q. Like, hey, mother. Hey.
Man, they hate that guy.
I know. He's like, you do that one more goddamn time. I don't know.
And to me, I think this all would have worked. This is what they were setting it up for. They were setting this up to be sort of a creature feature James Bond Batman. I was like, man, all of that in concept is cool. If the movie had been better, it would have been. I'm telling you, if had the movie been better, and it did well at the box office. Really, it's just.
It didn't do well enough.
It didn't do well enough, and critics tore it apart, and then word of mouth started going around how this is just kind of silly. It ain't scary. It's I expected it to be so campy. There was a lot of bad word of mouth going on after this came out. Turning Van Helsing into a monster hunting hero could have been a cool take. We ain't done yet. They still got to bring in the Wolfman, who's being hunted by Kate Beckinsale in her ass right there. Who is she? Anna.
Is that in her contract?
And Michael Bay vision.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. She's like, look, I worked hard on this ass. You make sure you show it.
Actually, it was. I think it was quite the opposite. Maybe the ass. I'll give her the ass. But once you see her, it was like, how many ribs did she have to remove to get into that corset right there?
Oh yeah, she complained about that.
Oh yeah, no, she said, I'm gonna burn this shit when I take it off. She hated that corset. I don't even think she got her ribs back either. The Wolfman has an all right design. I will tell you, after looking at it years later, I like the version of the Wolfman where he looks more wolf than man.
Yeah.
But this is a little on the cartoony side right here.
Cut it now!
See, that shit looks like something you put in somebody's front yard for Halloween.
Yeah, it does.
One of the higher end things that you get at the Halloween store.
It does.
You pay the extra bucks for it to move and shit.
I liked it when I saw the theater.
Yeah, that is 100% CG right there. Which, hey, look, cool concept, cool design, but like I said, a little on the cartoony side. But the effects are kind of old, so I'm not harping on this. I can look past that old shit. Because that's not the real problem. The real problem is, CG is the real problem. But, the thing is that this is one of the places where the movie starts to fall apart as far as story goes and concept. And I'll tell you why. Because, Billy, I'll ask you this. What do we associate with the werewolf?
Full moon?
Yes, sir.
Silver bulls?
Yes, sir. So why is this Wolfman out in the daylight? I mean, bright. Look at that sun.
Oh, man.
Well,
Do they address it in the movie? I guess they don't.
No, they don't.
Well, but there's no strict rules. I mean, anytime you do vampires or werewolves, you can make up whatever you want.
Now, I knew you'd say that.
Okay.
That's why I said he's gonna call me on this, because I be kicking some knowledge sometimes, and you say, but man, hey, this shit ain't real. They can change whatever they want to, unless they establish the rules. Now, they kind of establish the rules here. Your man comes out here talking about the rules of turning into a werewolf.
According to the book, you won't turn into a werewolf until the rising of your first full moon. That's 2 nights from now.
Now, he said you won't turn into a werewolf until the full moon comes out, and that's 2 nights from now. Now, I did try to rationalize. I said, now, maybe in this world, turning into a werewolf, because you can bend the rules. I ain't no stickler of it. And by the way, there is no rule book for werewolves and vampires.
Right.
There is a wiki page though. Because I tried to say, hey, maybe these werewolves, maybe the first time is for the full moon.
Yes.
And then after that, they can change whenever their little furry hearts desire. Mm-hmm. I went by their rules, their words. And it's not a werewolf wiki. It is the Van Helsing movie wiki for what they do. There's a wiki for everything. Wiki.
Shut up.
So I went over there and looked at the wiki, and it says, while the werewolf may look like a normal person by day, by night, both their body and mind is transformed into that of a monster. And they tend to be extremely destructive in nature, blah, 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 blah. So they're talking about, that's the words that they say, by night, both their bodies and their mind is transformed. Not by day in there. So that's their words right there. So there's a lot of this in here where they bend the rules, not because it's a creative take on anything, just because we don't really give a shit. It's just, we
need for this to happen.
We need a werewolf in here right now.
Yeah, we just need a werewolf, and we just need some cool shit to look at. We just need some cool CG. Right. And that's a problem with the movie, I think.
And the rest of this shit happens during the day.
Yes.
Werewolf has to happen during the day, and then because the other scene's going to be during the day, and that's just all there is to it.
Because we don't want to bother shooting at night for everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And listen, to let you know, I'm not just picking on the wolf, man. I actually let some things go. Like the vampires were all out in the daylight, but for this, they were in full daylight. But it was cloudy, so I said, okay,
it's overcast the whole movie. You're right.
Yeah. It's as long as it's not direct sunlight, they're okay.
Exactly. I said, okay, cool. I'm down with it, man. I'm 100% down with it. We can do that.
Well, blade and like sunblock. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I'm down with it. I was just thinking, and that cool transformations. That's why I said, hey, if they want to transform at night and they want to do that thing, I'm completely down with that. But hey, but. And that's cool. I'm cool. I'm down with it. I wasn't trying, man. I ain't trying to be an asshole here. All right. I'm going with it. None of this shit is real. We can bend the rules, but you made the rules. I didn't. I'm going by your words. The written word, by the way. So you can't sit up here and say, when I call you out, you can't sit up here and say, man, I never said that shit. Yeah, you did. I got it right here, black and white.
That's old shit. Yeah, no, why you bringing up old shit?
Yeah, why you bringing up old shit? Because
I was high when I wrote that.
Yes, you were. Put the shit down. There's a reason these small details are missed. And that's because the movie starts to be taken down by its own special effects, I believe. Because the special effects are the main priority after a while. Not the story. There's concepts that are cool, but they're not really connected well. This is such an effects-driven movie that the story just stops making sense. I can tell you that right now. And characters stop feeling real because half the time they turn into CG and special effects. They flip around and jumping all over the goddamn place so much that half the time they just look like video game characters. Shit. Oh man, you might as well have a Mario hat on.
I tell you,
jump on some mushrooms.
That was like
Matrix 2.
Yeah, that was Matrix. The exact thing I was gonna say.
It looked like claymation.
Yeah, y'all see that? Yeah, that was me, boy. No, 100%. That was me, y'all.
Jesus Christ.
I can't do it again, so don't ask me.
And listen, that dude that plays, I forgot to say this. The dude that plays the Q character here, forgot the actor. He was just
he was in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, he was Lord of the Rings. Yeah. He was in Elvis recently. I did like that character. I thought it was kind of cool that character, I haven't seen him be like this silly before.
Rings of garlic. Holy water. Silver steak.
Dildo.
you don't want to sheave that before you stick it in the bag.
Before you put it back. And the point where those effects start to really lose their mind, it starts with those crazy ass brides, man. This is where the movie really went off the rails, man. First of all, it's funny that they tried to bring these brides in like they did because they tried to make them sexy. They tried to they tried to cock tease as far as they could get away with a PG-13 rating.
Sure did.
They ain't got no nipples on.
Right.
And when you look at it, it looks like they have ass.
Mariska, kill the stranger. Love to.
They don't. It's just a smooth back there. They're like demonic Barbie dolls, man. Yeah. But man, once them nippleless the brides come in, or the harpies come in, they it's just a swirl of CG, man. I mean, it's people now. Yeah, it's almost not even them. It's like CG gone wild.
Yeah.
And right here, man. and the reason why I say this because the movie gets even further inconsistent. You know, they're bending the rules, they're changing their rules. The characters become inconsistent. Van Helsing gets into town. At one moment, he's like American Sniper. I mean, this fool is Hawkeye. He's on point with his shots.
Yep. She's like,
but right there,
That's it.
right there, they're on point with it. Get that one shot. Get that fool a machine gun. He can't hit shit. She's like, hey, bitch, you shoot at me. Hey.
She's like, mother. Up.
It's a good thing he's a terrible shot. Funny, she turned around, she had arrows all in her ass. Look like she
Drinking a glass of water.
They start getting a humor that don't work. Weird sexual innuendo comes in. Get off me, bitch.
But for some reason, action comedy movies cannot resist doing that.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I was saying
All of them do it. All of them.
Yeah, that's why I was like, man, we've seen this done over and over again, and it disrupts the action. Actually, it's because it'd be different if it was actually clever. I mean, Indiana Jones has been doing this, but it just it just slows everything down. If it was funny or maybe put in a little better, but they're going crazy right now. They're going crazy. They start coming in with these sexual bad innuendo jokes, terrible one-liners.
Too bad. So sad.
What are you, 10 years old?
Yeah,
Get out of here with that. But
Yeah,
fine
she
as
sure
that.
is.
God damn, boy.
Mentally, I'm 10. I got the body of a damn. Well, let's just say I'm old enough. Stunts don't make no sense. They just doing crazy shit. I mean, it's like looking at a bunch of monkeys just let loose and just jumping around all over the place. Okay.
Hold on. That didn't make no sense.
No, it didn't make no sense.
Look at okay, do that again, man. God damn it, boy. What the fuck?
It's like, I mean, I guess it worked. I mean, you got off the ledge. Well, that didn't work. Well, she like, you know what? That was the easy way to do this. I could have just
dropped down.
She said, "This is what I get for trying to look cool." I tried to shimmy my ass out. I could have just shimmied down.
Man, who put that tree there?
Yeah.
That wasn't there before.
She said, I could have just let go.
Right, and just hit the ground.
Yeah. No, she tried to look badass.
Uh-huh.
She tried to show up Van Helsing and what she tried to do. Watch this, Van Helsing. But they got to a point where I said, this is when I knew. No, they are just losing their damn minds right now. They just did, because they just started doing random shit. Things ain't even in the action. They just picking them up and just putting them in there. Ain't got nothing to do with anything that's going on, minding their own business. And then they just throw it in there because, I don't know.
I was like,
You're like, what did I do? That cow wasn't bothering nobody. This is when I knew the movie lost his goddamn mind. They just threw a cow in the middle of the scene and threw his ass into a building. Hey, wait a minute, I ain't done shit. Hey! And from there, the CG, they're like, well, shit, we threw a cow in a building for no reason. Shit, we can do whatever we want now. Everybody knows we're crazy. From there, the CG just gets more carried away. Just doing things, again, just to do with no reason, man. And sometimes it's cool. The way they take it, the way they push the CG. Because it's weird looking how the Wolfman, when he transforms back, like the Wolfman, he doesn't just transform. He actually, like that, when he turns into a Wolfman, there's a human inside of him, and he just has to tear out of it. And I like the way they showed him tearing like the old body away.
shit off me. It's hot.
It's a little extreme, but it looks freaky.
I like that.
I like that. No, that's what I said. No, it is. I like that a lot.
Well, especially when you had what Rick Baker did with American Werewolf in London. You're always looking for like, okay, what can we do that's not that?
Yeah.
But it's still impressive.
Yeah. But other times, they don't know when to stop when they're here. The other times it just gets ridiculous. Like, that was cool they did right there. But what they didn't show you, or what I haven't shown you yet, is that in this movie, when you turn into a werewolf, you also suddenly get radioactive Spider-Man powers.
on the ceiling.
He's swimming up the
Yeah, she's doing the backstroke. And she's like, that don't even make no goddamn sense. And as I said, man, some of this CG just has not aged well at all.
No, it hasn't.
No, and some of this, and some of it, not all of it, because when it's darker, they can cover up a lot. Sometimes they put that shit right out there in the bright, speaking of vampires, the brightest of sunlight, so you can just see how terrible that is. She's screaming at herself looking like bad CG. She's like, Jesus Christ, I look like shit. Sometimes the characters are just assholes, and it throws the movie off. They were such assholes. I had to laugh, man.
Of course,
man. Van Helsing down there trying to help these people. He goes to Transylvania to try to help these people. And I say, man, these people, man. Those people down in Transylvania. Let Dracula eat all of them, because all assholes, man. Some of them, and they are really some of the nastiest people. I mean, they look nasty, they're dirty anyway. They're like from the Appalachians or something, man. They all look like meth addicts and shit.
Fields of McCoys.
Yeah, but on top of that, they're some of the nastiest, most ungrateful ass people that I've ever seen. Mainly because they're listening to this dude right here. His asshole. That's the grave digger, man. He loves his job so much to the point that he's mentally ill. That job got to him, man. Because at nights he just spends time just hanging out in the graveyard, not just sitting down like other goth people do. No, he's cooling out in a coffin.
Nice night.
He's like, man, you about to get shot yelling at me like that. Don't be sneaking up on people.
Don't running up on me like that.
Don't be creeping up on me like that when I got a loaded gun.
So it's like, how long you been in there?
Yeah. Hello.
Hours, I don't know.
Bitch, you about to get shot. You better announce yourself. Mm-hmm. Van Helsing, he sees how weird he is, and and how ungrateful these people are, and he's still trying to be cool. He's still there to help. He even tries to have a little small talk with the grave digger, man, while they're hanging out at night, even though he don't even like him. He's like, you know what, I'll go ahead and chat this dude up, man, keep him some company.
Too late for digging graves, isn't it?
Never too late to dig graves.
And this one made me laugh. They out there cooling out, talking, and how does the grave digger, he's there to help these people, and how does the grave digger repay him?
You never know when you need a fresh one.
He like, bitch, don't you ever disrespect me.
Yeah, right.
Plus, I heard your tone. I could tell when somebody's swinging on me.
Yeah, I heard you. Ain't you got enough work to do?
And what's his excuse?
Oh, sorry. It's just my nature.
Yeah, it's my nature to cap your ass right now too. You keep playing with me.
I mean, you should at least pistol whip him.
Yeah, should have. Nobody likes this dude, I think. I mean, the town listens to him because, he's probably the loudest and craziest one. But nobody likes him. Van Helsing is out there looking for the Wolfman. And the Wolfman's out there looking for Van Helsing. But for just a brief moment, the Wolfman said, hey, step aside, Van. I got this, man.
Yeah, I'm waiting on your ass.
I never liked that.
Yeah. You know what? He was talking shit to me last night.
I'll get to you in a minute, goddammit. Just step aside.
Just you and I. We'll talk a little bit. But you
step aside, bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
Come here. Man, I've been looking for you all.
Hey, I've been waiting on this. I've been waiting on this full moon for the longest time so I can get your stupid ass.
Hiding the tree. He's like, man, come on, man. Get that moon out. I'm going to catch a slipping, too.
Waiting all night. And he looks surprised, too. Wait, And here's the crazy thing. Here's the wild thing right here. Just 2 minutes ago, the gravedigger was talking about just how cool him and the Wolfman were, man.
I see the Wolfman hasn't killed you yet.
Don't worry, he's getting to it. You don't seem too bothered by him.
Oh, I'm no threat to him.
He's like, he's
exactly.
That's a good question. He says I have no quarrel with the Wolfman or whatever.
Oh, I'm no threat to him.
Oh, he says, "Oh, I'm no threat to him."
Yeah, you sure ain't.
Yeah, bitch, I'm a threat to you. God, come here.
Real cool, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That the story becomes, it's already been disjointed all over the place. But I mean, it becomes a mess the way it loses its structure, man. The movie, I was saying this, the movie has 2 climaxes. Like, and both of them are the same.
It does.
And both of them make no sense.
It does.
You know, so
he won't make any sense.
Yeah, you can pick this apart. They don't make no sense. So here's the thing. It's no surprise. Dracula likes to.
Remember, Igor, do unto others
before they do unto me.
No, like these bitches doing on to me right there. Yeah, before they do on to me.
Master, can I get some of this over here?
Go to bed, Igor.
My cataracts master, come on.
Boy, he letting everybody know I'm about to have a good time.
All of you to Castle Frankenstein.
About to get his freak on.
Because y'all know what it is.
So, since he likes to get down like that, he had a lot of kids. This fool's he's worse than Nick Cannon, man.
Man.
The only problem is he has all these kids. He's got to, since he's a vampire, they're born dead, so he's got to find a way to bring them to life.
What do you think they are?
Offspring.
It only makes sense that children are born dead.
He's obviously trying to bring them to life.
That actually doesn't make sense.
No, it don't make no sense.
Born dead. Okay. Right.
It don't make no.
First time I was like, your accent don't make sense.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be from.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I had to address that one.
And another thing, boy, I'm looking at all these eggs. And these brides, their ass must be hurting from laying all these eggs in here, man. I mean, I know it's been 400 years. That ain't the problem. They had time to lay them. It's just those some big ass turds to be passing right there, man. Huge ass eggs right there.
Well, he putting in work every night.
Yeah, he should.
Yeah.
Shit, every night and day.
Yeah. Just trying to work that out.
So here's the thing. So this having 2 climaxes. So he has to have these kids, have to bring them to life some kind of way. So he tries to. This is another thing I understand. He tries to bring them to life with Wolfman power. And another thing, I don't know why they just look cool. I don't know why Dracula's kids look like damn, little gargoyles and everything.
Yeah, gargoyles.
And did you see those lightning effects on the eggs? They look awful.
That's animated. That's some Disney shit.
They look like some 80s shit.
Yeah,
man. I'm sorry, it's good.
And again, this movie is PG-13, so they don't even they can't even figure out what they want these little gremlins to do, man. They go to town and, he says, "Feed my children, you're hungry, feed." And they get there, they don't eat nobody. They just pick up people and just drop them. Maybe he had a nibble and you taste nasty. I don't know. In 90s movie, this is humor that would not fly today.
How can I ever repay you?
Give me that ass, that's what you can do.
You are a monk.
Well, actually, I'm just a friar.
I don't give a how pleasant she seems right now. So he saved her, so he says, "Hey, you owe me some sex."
Right. Well, she did offer.
She offered
How
anything.
can I repay you?
Yeah.
She didn't say, "I'll shit out of you."
That can mean cook dinner or something.
Right. I know. He whispers in her ear. He stood back waiting to get slapped. And
she said, "But you can't do that." Look, that's the only objection she had.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You're a friar.
Yeah. I'm just saying today, that would not fly. Dudes ain't supposed to be expecting sex for saving somebody's life.
Sure.
This experiment is a failure, so for no reason, they don't explain that the little gremlins just explode.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh.
Wait, let me down first. Let me down.
He's like this. Oh, she found him. We can't show her.
Yeah. So here's where I talk about where things repeat. This is that right there is a climax. So I was like, okay, well, shit. I don't know what they got planned for the end, because I was, that wasn't really badass, but they threw a lot of money into it. It's kind of stupid actually, but okay, whatever. Well, he says, well, since the Wolfman didn't work, now I need a Frankenstein.
But you had to be thinking like, all right, well, all that setup with Frankenstein in the beginning.
I know.
Where's he?
That's what I would have thought. Like, I don't know why Wolfman power was needed, but then they said, let me get a Frankenstein monster.
I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
He had to fall down there.
Yeah, that's right. Well, but he said for something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, there's something where he's been looking for Frankenstein.
Yeah, which is why I guess he used the Wolfman again. I don't know what Wolfman power is going to do.
God damn,
but
man.
they find a Frankenstein and he puts his ass up there like, okay, now this shit gonna work. So we've seen all this already.
Right.
You know, this is the second time of almost the exact same thing happening.
This time it's with Frankenstein.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's not that. It's when my man start hollering. Frankenstein.
Oh yeah. What the fuck, man?
And it's funny that this Frankenstein is a lot more like young Frankenstein than he is like the original Frankenstein monster. Matter of fact, he's more like Frankenberry than he is the original Frankenstein monster.
It's like Frankenberry.
Yeah, he does.
Sorry, just when he started hollering.
Oh shit! Oh, like all like Richard Pryor.
I don't want to bring anything up. Is this one? He's religious, right?
No.
Is Frankenstein?
No. He's very philosophical.
Oh, I thought he was praying at one point.
No. All right, he kind of, he's philosophical, which I guess religion comes. But yeah, look, they do the same thing. It looks exactly the same. Has the same results. They all start popping off again. It's popping off again. It's like, all right, it's the same shit that we did. The climax is the exact same thing we did. And you put one in the middle and repeat it again at the end with just maybe a little bit extra. But I was like, wow, that says how much this movie really was kind of spinning its wheels when it came to the story. If they made it make sense, then I might be down with it. And so. I mean, this is me. This is me being kind of petty right here. I'm just nitpicking now.
No.
Yeah, I know. Who me? But I did laugh though at one thing because I know it's a campy movie, man. It is, and I'm accepting it for that, man. But it gets so campy sometimes that the decorations even look goofy, man. I got this scene, because they got things that are just assumed to be in a spooky haunted castle, like rats. But these rats just chilling, man. I don't even know why they on there. They're like dudes on, they're like dudes on a corner or something, man. They're just hanging, man.
It's a doo-wop group.
Yeah, there should be a little trash can with fire around over there. It should be like a lamp post over there. They just chilling, man. It's like there's no food over there. It's like, there's nothing.
The New City.
Yeah. They just over there just because the castle's supposed to have rats, but it's just kind of like,
those rats don't even look mangy. They look well groomed.
They look like mice in a way or something.
They're tiny.
You look like a pet shop.
Yeah. Hey, that's what it looked like. And somebody said, man, we need to put something right here to fill the space, man. Put these mice over there. It doesn't look like they belong.
Wait, somebody was supposed to bring rats, and he's like,
they brought gerbils.
Yeah, the rats were already rented out, but
they brought hamsters.
I need mice. They'll work, won't they? I mean, I guess.
What you say ain't even dirty. Man, those are the most domesticated looking ass mice I've ever seen.
Yeah. They're my special mice. When we get through.
Shit, man.
Don't lose them.
A little girl named each one of those mice there.
I got a name.
Shit, at the end of the night, they'll be pulling a carriage for Cinderella.
Exactly.
Just hanging.
A bunch of them too in a cluster.
In a cluster.
That's what made it weird.
Rats don't kick it like that.
Like they just took a box of rats and just dumped it right there. By the way, pet rats.
And threw some more fake cobwebs. Come on, man.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman going to a Halloween store right now.
Yeah, exactly. That House of Torment or whatever. Man, this shit is expensive.
But, and I get some of this is intentional, man. So I try to hang with it. That made me laugh, man. And I'm conflicted, man, because some of this is fun, but, some of this is also very bad. The bad stuff is bad. It's such a spectacle. Visuals slapped together. I mean, and as I've been saying, it keeps falling apart. Pieces just keep falling off as we go along, man.
Well, it keeps trying to force the adventure and the action.
It does. And see, the problem is that, as I said, nobody's thinking of, before they weren't thinking of rules, before they weren't thinking of story, and now they're not even editing is bad. There's a point, now I don't know if you saw this. Now again, maybe I'm wrong. Because I was thinking about this. Maybe I missed something. But there's a point where there's a spiked stagecoach that comes out of, by the way, it comes out of nowhere. They just find a coach somewhere. I guess they carjack somebody or something. But
Coach Jack.
Yeah, Coach Jack. Yeah. But they find a coach all demonic looking and everything. And hey, listen, they got a nice chase scene. The action looks cool.
No.
Okay, now I'm not asking any questions. It's Van Helsing. We done seen all kind of crazy shit here. I'm not gonna sit up here. I'm not physics. I don't give a fuck exists in this world.
That was out the window.
Yeah.
Early on.
Yeah, I ain't even questioning it. I'm not gonna nitpick on that. We done had all kind of crazy stuff in this movie, but what that trailer or that stagecoach was supposed to be, it was supposed to be a decoy for another stagecoach out there. Frankenstein, the monster, was supposed to be in there, but it was empty. He's in another coach. Your Frankenstein's in another castle. Okay, so my question is, how did that other coach get over there?
The bridge wasn't broken for the other one.
Well, did they show it?
No, it just makes sense because they were supposed to go straight through, but that bridge was busted. So if the other coach made it and was able to keep up with him, the other bridge must have been intact.
See, that's another thing where like they must have been. I think they should have showed that or something. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they would show it, but
Super horses.
Yeah, exactly. They flew. That's what happened.
That's what they just did.
But some things I really like. Dracula been acting overacting his ass off through the whole movie.
Oh, Richard Roxburgh.
Yeah.
As Dracula's our want to do.
Yeah. But it was just somebody.
But yeah, at this time you're like, all right,
settle down.
Enough. Yeah, settle down.
But for some reason, I'm like, man, we gonna be cappy. This is the way to do it. Sure. But he really was overacting in this film.
Van Helsing! Yeah.
No sorrow. I am hollow.
I thought he was gonna pull out an inhaler.
And see.
That's the thing about Richard Roxburgh. You give him a role where he can't do his natural South African accent. He's like, all right, I got something for y'all things.
No, these brides are bad, man. And, at least one of them. Because one of them, she ain't even acting. She's acting with her titties.
What do you want?
Oh, the hot one.
The master commands a trade. The monster.
I mean, she's holding that shit together right now. God damn!
Whoa! Look, Van, if you're not gonna jump on this,
right. You're like, no, let her talk, man.
Maybe I should go with them. We had a good run. Man.
Shit, Frankenstein got 20 in his hand right now. Y'all go ahead.
I've put you out so much up to this point.
Yeah, y'all go ahead. I'll talk to her.
I survived fire and shit. Like, shit, get this.
Yeah, I got 20. I just got a grill in my mouth. I'm ready, man. Speaking of old Frank over here, man, I like the Frankenstein monster, man, in this. I like to take the head on her.
Oh my God. The Frankenstein monster.
Monster!
You like Mr. Potato Head.
Oh, no.
I kind of like that he was able to fall apart. Again, something that's very cartoony in the movie to let you know they're not taking anything seriously.
Shit in the back.
Yeah, exactly. But I did like it though. He looks like those bodies that you had in class where you take the head off and there's a skull underneath and everything.
Yeah.
Anyways, he just put it back on.
Yeah. He's got hinges on it.
Yeah, exactly. I like that he's just not, a moaning idiot. I like that, we were talking about how he's philosophical.
He's quite eloquent.
Yeah, I kind of like that take on him. Like he's, everybody calls him a monster. He's probably the most rational one out of everybody.
We must kill it.
If you value your lives and the lives of your kind, you will kill me.
No. So he said, so get off me.
Wait, you will kill me? He's like, because if you let me up, I'm killing everybody.
Exactly.
I'll beat y'all's ass.
Got to drop on me. Ain't going to happen again.
You better kill me, bitch.
There we all live now.
A monster? Did I say monster? I was not referring to you. That was my dad talking. That's not me.
I like Igor, as I said. Igor talks some shit in this movie, boy. I'm glad he got his later on, but Igor, like I said, Igor is a piece of shit in this film.
Stay as long as you like. You tried to get Igor get you.
Well, he's pleased with himself too.
My ankle. Got a little pep in his step. Dance a little jig.
Yeah, Igor, he pleased with that. That was a good one. Igor got a good one in.
Igor got a good one off.
Yeah. Oh, Igor, you're hilarious.
Thank you, Igor.
I even like the bad CG, because we're near the end of this. I even like the bad CG that happened. Like, they had a bad CG morphing fight at the end with Dracula and Hugh Jackman, who turns into a werewolf at one point. Yeah.
Both part of the same great game, Gabriel.
All right, I try to be nice.
All right. Okay, this motherfucker not listening to me. He is right. Stop listening. Okay.
All right, I tried to be reasonable with you. Yeah, it's just a big CG fight that we all knew was going to happen. Although, it was already kind of cheesy. It was only made cheesy because, hey, we got Hugh Jackman, so we had to make that reference. Schnick. Just in case you didn't get it, y'all. Yeah. I admired the ending. I thought it was pretty bold what they did near the end here. It's very tragic, and I didn't expect that for what they did here. So, Kate Beckinsale as Anna. She finds a cure for werewolf Van Halen.
Van Helsing.
Van Helsing.
I was like, which one of us is going to do it? Because I almost slipped earlier.
No, I did Van Halen.
Because he's just the gigolo.
When Van Halen turned, oh, God damn it. When Van Helsing turned to David Lee Roth. Whoa! Oh, yeah. He starts having blonde hair and tights. Oh, that's you. Who said that?
He's like, I need a cure for this shit.
Yeah, real quick. There's a David Lee Roth in this. But I was she finds a cure for Van Helsing, man, and she's just trying to help. And Van Helsing got to be an asshole about it. You gonna stick me with that? Exactly. Trying to shake me in the yard?
Well, I got something.
Yeah, bitch, I've been inside. I know what's happening. And the thing is, when he does that, I thought he was gonna run into her and then he's gonna knock her down. He's gonna be like, oh, Kate, oh, it's you, my God, what am I doing? Oh my, I love you. And like, no, that bitch is dead.
Oops.
Hey, she was like that when I got here, man. No, man, no, it ain't like that, man. Come here.
You don't need to say nothing back at the Vatican, okay? It's between you and me.
Man, you saw her. She tried to stab me, man. And I still thought, maybe. Just maybe. And no, they said, we're going to make sure she ain't coming back. They burned her ass.
Yeah, they showed you.
Burn her ass. I was like,
that was surprising because any other movie, especially a cheesy movie, they find some way to bring people back.
Yeah,
they were like,
but they had to ruin it. That would have been actually a really cool ending had he killed it and been like, wow, going back to the beginning of the movie, like, wow, I am a murderer. I got to reconcile with this. And they could have made a sequel where he's trying to come to grips with all the pain that he's causing and everything. Nah, they wanted you to leave with that good feeling, boy. So they had to put, hey, I want you to let you know that, hey, she's still out there somewhere. We never really die. Faces in the clouds. I was like, oh, come on, man.
Oh, she's up there with Mufasa.
Yeah. He's like, damn, what kind of grass am I burning, man? They in a poppy field or something.
See, I would have thought that they were going to do a sequel. They would have brought her back and like, Dracula bit her right before she got killed by the, the fire.
No.
Well, they're bending all the other fucking rules.
Unless she come back as a phoenix or something, rises from the ashes. No, hell no.
If they had done a sequel, maybe would have hired Kate Beckinsale for this again. So, maybe actually maybe have switched them out like James Bond girls.
Yeah.
They might have done that.
Yeah, changed the answer to a goddamn force ghost at the end.
Force ghost.
Yeah. Shit, she kissing Anakin right now.
Yeah.
And they just ended like that. And they would get, hey, let you know she's all right.
Yeah.
Van Helsing, he don't have to feel guilty, man. Hey, don't you feel bad, man? You see up there in the clouds.
Like, hey, I was a werewolf at the time. I didn't know what I was doing.
And I just love it too. She's looking at him like, look at it. It's okay, baby. I'm in a better place. I'm making it rain right there.
But you did fuck up though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you did kill me.
I mean, I can see my brother later on, but
but I did have a few years left in me, man.
yeah, exactly. I was finding them up.
I was gonna give you some too.
Yeah, sure was. I was gonna give you some too, but you had some tripping. I was gonna give you some too.
Yeah, that really is a bullshit ending right there. Hey, Van, don't you feel bad, man? Feeling good. He gets on his horse and he's like, well, I got the okay to just ride off somebody else's life. So here we go. Like a cowboy.
Yeah, like Indiana Jones.
Yep, exactly.
This is a mixture of Indiana Jones and 007.
Yeah. Yep, so there you go. People. Yeah. So that's the thing.
That ending was
No, it really was. It's like, those are the kind of things like that. These weird decisions, these non-explanations, those kind of things right there is what was getting in the way of a good campy movie. It's not because the movie was silly or anything that I disliked it. I actually enjoyed that part of it. It's just that it really did kind of come in and let the effects take over. Yeah. And it could have been a whole lot better. Like I said, it was a great concept, I thought. I liked the idea about James Bond, Monster Hunter, man. It's not as painful when you watch it on TV or watch it on, at home on your computer. So, I don't think it's a total waste. I think there's some good parts in there that are fun. It's just that it's too long. Watch it. I don't think it's a good movie by any means. I probably lean more at the critics where, they just let a lot of CG ruin, what could have been a fun movie. But, hey, it's out there on TV and streaming and all this kind of stuff. So, who is it on?
I think it was Hulu where I saw it.
Yeah. I mean, but when it's bad, it's bad. But when it's fun, it can be fun. So there you go. Yeah.